A Hollywood action flick is unfolding in Bolivia. An attempted coup, a hallway altercation, soldiers on the streets, and finally, a return to calm. It's truly been a nervous 24 hours for the South American country. But what exactly happened? On Wednesday, soldiers and armored vehicles gathered in La Paz. They moved in on the place called Morelos Square. That's where Bolivia's government is seated. The presidential palace is also there. An armored vehicle rammed into the palace gates. Once it was opened, the soldiers flooded in. Take a look. By now, the picture was clear. A section of the military had rebelled. They were staging a coup d'etat, and leading them was this man, a former military chief named Juan José Zuniga. His motives remain unclear. On Monday, he had criticized the current president's predecessor, Evo Morales, a man who ruled Bolivia from 2006 to 2019. The next day, he was removed as military chief. So the assumption is he was disgruntled. Once the general entered the palace, the president confronted him. That's Luis Arce. He took charge in 2020 after a period of instability. Now the pictures were quite dramatic. They show the president facing off with the revolting general. Take a look.
Presidente Arce está ahí, hablando con el general Zúñiga.
With soldiers inside the palace, the president turned to his strength, the people of Bolivia. He addressed them from inside the palace. He asked them to take to the streets to protect democracy.
Today, we need the Bolivian people to organize and mobilize against the coup and in favor of democracy. We cannot allow that once again coup attempts claim Bolivian lives.
And it worked. Hundreds of protesters hit the streets. They took on the rebellious Bolivian soldiers. It was indeed a wise strategy. Bolivia has a history of being ruled by military dictators. Their reigns have the same template: unstable, violent, and corrupt. So ordinary Bolivians did not want to return to that. They made sure the plotting soldiers knew their position, and the pressure worked. Loyal security officials repelled the coup. They also arrested the rebellious general. Afterwards, the president appointed a new military chief. He asked all revolting soldiers to return to their units. In simple words, the coup was thwarted and democracy won. The coup leader was paraded in front of the cameras. The president also gave a victory speech from the palace balcony. Listen in.
They wanted to surprise us and surprise the Bolivian people. We have reacted, and the mobilized people have also allowed us to reverse this coup attempt today. Thank you, Bolivian people.
We called this a Hollywood flick, so get ready for the plot twist. As we mentioned, there is no apparent reason for this coup. Plus, it was poorly planned, no robust strategy, no plan of action, and certainly no popular support. The whole thing was terminated and thwarted in 3 hours. Makes you wonder, why did the general do it? As he was being taken away, the coup leader dropped a major claim. He said the president asked him to stage the coup.
The president told me, the situation is very complicated. This week is going to be critical, so it is necessary to prepare something to boost my popularity. So I asked, do we take out the armored vehicles? President Arce said, take them out. So on Monday, not Sunday night, the armored vehicles begin to descend.
Some opposition politicians also agree. They are calling it a self-coup, an operation organized to boost the president's popularity. But why would he do something like that? Let's look at Bolivia's story. At the turn of the 21st century, it was an economic miracle. Bolivia brought its poverty rate to 15%. It also became a major gas supplier. But recently, the economy has struggled, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. The IMF is projecting a growth rate of 1.6%. Excluding the pandemic period, that's the lowest in 25 years. Foreign exchange is another problem. Bolivia's reserves stood at $1.7 billion in 2023, the lowest in 19 years. So President Arce is under a lot of pressure. Evo Morales is also looming over him. Morales is a socialist icon in Bolivia. He is also a former ally of Arce. But both men have grown apart in recent years. And Morales is now plotting a political comeback. He plans to contest next year's election. So the bottom line is, there are a lot of variables at play. Will this coup plot help the president handle them? Well, the people responded with enthusiasm. That's a clear tick mark. Even regional leaders were quick to support him.
As I am a lover of democracy, I want democracy to prevail in Latin America. Coups have never worked.
We condemn the attempted coup, and we call for the institutions to function, for the Constitution and laws to be respected.
And we are denouncing, from Venezuela, a coup against Bolivian democracy.
That's another tick. But was this coup a real attempt to snatch power, or was it staged to help the president? As a general rule, we must always believe the president over a coup leader. The rest depends on the investigation. The coup leader now faces up to 20 years in prison. Let's see what the probe reveals.
Obviously today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect?